I've got my hero music on, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who is tuning in or has downloaded my podcast. My podcast, this is Kelly Fullman, and my podcast is called Be the Hero. So I talk about just like some of our favorite superheroes. We're focused, we are 9 times out of 10 faced with villains who will ultimately stop at nothing to see us fail. Or we're fighting our own battles or our own inner demons and kind of allow them to wreak havoc over our lives. So, what can we do about it to be the hero of our very own story and learn how to put on and wear our own dang cape? I've met some pretty amazing people in my professional and personal life, and also have been given some amazing professional advice over my career. And I really wanted to showcase some of that advice and some of the people that I have met over those years to really have a deep conversation about how they overcame their own villains, how they overcame their own inner demons, and became their very own hero. And then this allowed them to become other people's hero as well. So I just want to introduce myself. My name is Kelly Fullman, and this is going to be one where I'm actually the guest. I actually wrote a LinkedIn article that was pretty popular over the last month or so about me actually getting laid off. I had an amazing job. I had amazing opportunities. And at the end of the day, my job is gone. I mean, it was gone. They dissolved the role, they dissolved the position, and myself and many other folks were laid off. I was working for a top 100 Fortune 100 company. I was an account manager. I was working from home. I was visiting clients. I was impacting my clients, and truly was having an amazing experience with the organization that I was with. But here it was, you get the phone call and say, your role is no longer with us, and we're going to be letting you go along with other folks in your area. And what do you do? Because I've always been really blessed. I've always been really blessed to have, opportunities brought to me, or I've been recruited away from different organizations. And so the real big challenge is just sitting down and looking through and sifting through all the job opportunities through LinkedIn and every other job search engine out there, and wondering, how do I get my name out? How do I get people to understand that I'm available? What am I going to do? And it sometimes can be pretty overwhelming. I mean, sometimes you just start looking through all of this, and after filling out application after application, and then filling out the unemployment stuff, what makes you feel even worse. All you want to do is just sit inside, turn on Netflix, and just watch it all day. So I actually put an article out there on LinkedIn that has kind of gained some momentum and had some really great positive feedback. And I wanted to dive in a little bit more in some of the topics that I talked about inside of that LinkedIn article about getting laid off, or losing your job, or looking for a job opportunity once you're out there in the market, whether you are someone coming out from college, or you're a mom who has been at home with your kiddos for years, raising them, which that's a job in itself. Or you get laid off like I was, and are looking for other opportunities to thrive in and challenge you. So I'm going to expand on it. And the 3 things that I really talked about was, number 1, utilizing your network. Number 2, prepare and practice your transition statement. Number 3, number 2, revamp also your resume. So we'll go back. Utilize your network, revamping your resume. Number 3, prepare and practice your transition statement. And then the last one is get out of the house. So I'm going to kind of expand on those a little bit in this podcast and also YouTube video, just to kind of help you understand what that all means. But first, I'm going to take a quick sip of coffee because it is Halloween. So I've got my Maleficent mug today. So here we go. So the first one I really, really want to discuss is a big one, is utilizing your network. And when I say utilizing your network, this does not mean get on LinkedIn and look at your 500 plus connections and start reaching out to people that you don't even know that you are available now. And these are the people that you have conducted business with. This is your network that you have worked with in your professional life, individuals that you have volunteered with in your communities, past leaders, mentors, anyone who knows your abilities and your talents. So I'm not saying that you don't utilize LinkedIn as a resource to be able to find opportunities and utilize some of the professional relationships you have to make new contacts through LinkedIn. But you need to really dive deep into your personal and professional network, the people who know you and are able to give you that reference. And these are the only people that know that are the people that you've worked with professionally or that you've worked with in your community. So here's another big tidbit. If you are sitting down and you're looking at, I need to have some references, and you're having a tough time feeling out those references, and if they truly know your ability and what you're made of and what you bring to the table to any kind of organization, then you really need to rethink your networking and relationship building opportunities. It is all about who you know and if they know what you know. So get out there, start networking, start connecting with the business world out there, volunteer in your communities, get connected to other people, and allow them to get to know you and understand your work ethic, what you bring to the table. Because I will tell you, all of the job interviews that I have been on so far, and I am so very excited and so very blessed with all of the opportunities that have been given to me through just my network, people who know me, people who have worked with me in the past, people who have put their name out there alongside mine and have referred me to different opportunities. All of those interviews have come from my network. All of the phone interviews, all of the sending out the resumes, all of those have come from my network. I have not gotten one callback, not one callback from any online applications that I have filled out. And my resume is stellar. And I'm not just saying that just because I'm me, but it's stellar. I have a lot of history in marketing and sales and being a great leader and a great influencer and a great thought partner, along with a master's degree and an MBA. But because of how many applications are coming through, all of these different hiring managers and all these HR professionals, they utilize different systems and programs to go through your resume. And if your resume doesn't have enough of the keywords that they're looking for, kind of like Google, kind of like Facebook, kind of like those algorithms, then that resume gets kicked out. So 9 times out of 10, the only way that you're going to be able to get your foot in the door is because of the network that you built along the way. And if you've just locked yourself in your office and have done your job, which is great, wonderful, but no one knows who you are. No one knows your ability. And it's going to be really difficult for an HR manager to sift through all of the thousands of resumes that they get, or even for this little program to make sure that there are all the keywords in there. And if they're not, your resume doesn't even get served up to the top of the pile. So make sure you are developing relationships out there in your network and rely on those relationships and those contacts and those connections to move you to the next level within your career, or when you're in a position like mine and got laid off and need to find another opportunity. So that's number one. The second one was something that was an aha moment for me, was revamp your resume. So because all of my job opportunities have been from me being referred to a different organization, or I have been recruited through LinkedIn or through someone that I knew because of my network, I never really updated my resume to look amazing and to kind of be up to par on what people are looking for in my resume now. So luckily for me, the company and organization that laid me off, they hired a transition organization to help me revamp my resume, help me get my transition statement, which we'll talk about here in just a minute together, give me some interviewing tips when I go on interviews, and then also serve me up other opportunities out there for potential jobs. But what was really pivotal is when I sat down with the resume writer and really talked to them about my experience and my history and my background. And they were giving me some advice about what needed to be in my resume. Number one, they just don't need touchy-feely, feel-good general statements anymore. They want numbers. How did you impact that organization, either through the sales, through revenue, through cost savings? How did you save them money and expenses? I mean, all of that stuff. They want real numbers. They just don't want this touchy-feely general statements anymore. It's not going to work. Number two, I completely forgot about all of the technology over the last forever that I know how to work now. I did not have anything in there about Salesforce. I didn't have anything in there about Workfront. I didn't have anything about any kind of, ExpenseWire or Concur that I had been working with, and that I know how to run reports. And not just that, but, Word and social media and WordPress and LinkedIn and Hootsuite and, all these different social media avenues, even working through, QuickTime Player and iMovie and learning how to work a Logitech camera, which was pretty freaking interesting. But I didn't have any of that in my resume, and here I am trying to market myself as a marketing director in community outreach, and I have none of that in my resume. So that was really enlightening and really, really insightful as I was sitting down with my transition coach and my resume writer, and they were giving me some tidbits of some of the things that were completely missing in my resume. And they revamped my resume, my cover letter, and it is absolutely stellar. It is beautiful. And I can't believe, because basically the last time I had this, resume built and updated was back when I graduated from college. That was a long time ago with my undergraduate degree. I'm not going to tell you when that happened, but revamp your resume. So sit down with a professional resume writer and get your resume revamped. Or there's also different programs that you can tap into through the internet to be able to revamp your resume if you don't have the money to hire a professional resume writer. So the first one was utilize your network. The second was revamp your resume. The third one is prepare and practice your transition statement. So for me, I was laid off. Whew, I'm going to need a sip of coffee before I have this conversation. So I was laid off, and the company and organization that I was with, stellar job at really truly helping me make that next step and that next transition out of the role that I was in and into other opportunities where I live. So you don't want to walk into an interview or even on a phone interview and, have this, woe is me, poor me, I was laid off, now I'm looking for another opportunity. They helped me truly get my transition statement together where it can allow me to lead the conversation in a really positive note and not create that poor, pitiful me kind of feel and moment where it brings the energy level down to a zero in an interview, and it really is difficult to kind of pick people back up off of that. So you don't want to leave that on a negative message. It is, I was laid off, and I'm really excited about taking everything that I've learned with the organization that I was with and bringing that into another organization and really helping affect that company for the best. And that is it. Then you move on. Hey, it was a part of what happened. Life goes on, you go on. And sometimes for me, when a door is closed, that allows you to have other options and other opportunities that are going to challenge you and are going to push you into the kind of career that you've been wanting all your life. And I'm telling you, the couple of interviews that I've been on with the different organizations that I have interviewed with, both roles and both positions are like my dream role and dream position that I have always wanted to move into, and so very excited about the opportunities and how I can help and work with that company in their marketing and community outreach. So, gosh, I mean, transition statement is huge, right? So what could be even better than a transition statement? Get out of the house. And that goes back to utilizing your network too. Get out of the house. The worst thing that you could possibly do, and it happens because I've been in the middle of this, is you're sitting on your computer and the whole day goes by and all you've done is filled out applications. Your hair is up in this crazy looking bun thing going on. You're in your pajamas and you're like, I feel like I haven't accomplished anything all day. I feel like I haven't done anything except for all of these applications. So here's my advice. Get out. Go and volunteer. Go do some networking events. There are a ton of free networking events that you don't have to pay for to be able to go and connect with potential hiring managers or businesses that are hiring. Also, go to a coffee shop and fill out your applications there. And not just go to the coffee shop and look like all heck, right? Get dressed up, fix your hair, put on a cute outfit, take your computer, take your notes, and go fill out the application at a coffee shop, because you never know who you might meet there. Or if it's a beautiful day outside and there's, wireless connection, or you have your own little hotspot, go and fill out, job applications out in the middle of a park somewhere. Just get out of the house. Don't trap yourself inside of this house, because that is when you will literally go nuts and probably just give up and go back to eating bonbons and watching Netflix all day, which is detrimental to your job search and also detrimental to your soul. So get dressed up, put on your best, outfit. Guys, fix your hair, put some gel in it, deodorant, all that great stuff, and get out of the house and go connect with people out there, because you can get kind of disconnected, because one minute you're out in your office all day, you're working, and the next minute you're at home filling out applications after application after application, answering the same questions over and over again. So I know it can be really overwhelming, and I know that there's so many different types of resources that are out there and available for you to take advantage of while you're on that job search. But I will tell you, these are the top 4 things that I have discovered over the last month that I've been laid off. And it is really, truly utilizing that network of yours, utilizing the people that know who you are and know your ability. Revamp that resume, spruce it up, put some sparkle on it, or hire someone to help you put some sparkle on it. Find out what the new trends are in resumes and what they should have in them. And make sure that you have that transition statement. Whether you are looking for new opportunities and you still have a job, why are you looking to leave? Make sure it's a positive reason. You want to grow. Don't bring that energy level down to a 0, because it's really hard to get them back up. Get out of the house, along with just going and dressing yourself up and getting out of the house. I know you're on a budget, and I know you may be just on a 1 coffee type thing, but go to the coffee house, get 1 coffee and get some water or something. But get out of the house, be involved in your community, get connected to businesses and hiring managers that might be hiring. You just never know who you're going to meet somewhere at a park or at a coffee shop while you're filling out these job applications. Use all your resources, do your research, and I just want to tell you, good luck. And you're not the only one. I really felt like this was huge on my heart to be able to truly talk about this in kind of a short and sweet podcast, because I really feel like it's needed out there. The job market is amazing right now, especially here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Texas. But still, it can be very overwhelming and very depressing sometimes when you're filling out all this stuff and you're not hearing back from the potential employers that you would love to hear back from. And there are reasons why. That's why you have to utilize your network. So, in conclusion, you guys be sweet. Have an amazing rest of the day. Be safe. Happy Halloween. And I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your evening. And be careful out there and have some chocolate, right? All right, guys. Y'all be sweet. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast, Be the Hero and Rescue Yourself with Kelly Fullman. If you enjoyed listening to my podcast or watching this YouTube video, please follow or subscribe to my channel and walk with me through my journey of celebrating my very own heroes and an opportunity to learn the valuable lessons they taught me over the years, which allowed me to gain the courage to wear my very own cape and be the hero of my life. You can also follow me on Instagram at K Fullman, that's KFUHLMAN, at Facebook, /K Fullman1, or on LinkedIn, Kelly Fullman MBA. Also, please leave your comments below because I see feedback as a gift, and it will guide me on how to help you gain the courage you need to rescue yourself. Be sweet, y'all. Thanks.